Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. You can introduce yourself.
We are reading from the 24th word, continuation from
Fifth branch.
the 5th branch. That things his hands cling onto, tear at them as they depart. The things his hands cling onto, tear at them as they depart, even severing them. He remains.
Oh, no. What does it mean here? His hands cling onto. The things that our hands cling onto, what does it mean?
Something that I take as my point of support,
or my ownership, that I got this. Whatever I get in this world, under my possession, my possession. And I will say that, I will think that, oh, I got this, and I'm entertaining this, and I'm entertaining myself with this, whatever that we enjoy. And as they depart, when do they depart?
It varies.
Yeah, exactly. It varies. Exactly. Perfect. For example, it varies. Say, explain, for example, your youth departs. You cannot stop it. Youth departs. You cannot stop it. And for example, your beloved ones departs. Your children depart. You cannot stop them. You get older, and your health, as you grow, departs. It shows the signs that they are leaving. Your organs start, or as the time passes, the creation continues, they become weaker and weaker in their functioning. Even your facial expression, your body, your biological being shows that you are getting old. It means you are getting old. What that means? Getting closer to death. Departing. Now, as they depart, these are the things that are not under our control. But sometimes we think that, for example, entertaining myself with my friends, having good life, but outwardly, I feel happy, yes. But inwardly, from my feelings, what am I aware of? This will pass. So those people who don't attribute the word or the creation to an absolute source, they live in schizophrenic life. Why? Double personality. Why? I've got my job, I've got my money, I've got my property, I've got my friends, I am now entertaining myself in this party, for example. I am beautiful, I am handsome, whatever. I am rich, I have a prejudiced life, not prejudiced, privileged life. That is outwardly, but can a person be a human being, be satisfied with it, and that is what I am. They deep down, definitely, every human being knows that we are going to lose all of them. The time will pass, and either today or tomorrow, definitely they will depart us. But while I am entertaining now, I cheat myself outwardly, nothing hypocritically, ostentatiously, entertaining myself. Great, I'm with my friends, I don't know, beloved ones, boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever. Whatever we think that it is the source of enjoyment for me, but definitely human senses definitely perceive that, they are definitely aware that it will pass, and I will lose them. They will depart me. So this feeling becomes so overwhelming on the man, on the person, on human beings, so overwhelming, so that the person cannot bear it. What do they do? Try to forget. Try not to take notice of this reality. But how can I forget it? How can they forget it?
Keeping themselves busy with more temporary activities.
Renewing. Yeah. So one part after another, and cannot really stay away from the source of enjoyment in this world, cannot stay away from that. So making more frequent relationship, and most of the time what happens in the traditional society, cannot stay away from their parents or from their children. Come and be next to me every morning, I have to go to you. And we will have breakfast together, we will have lunch together, we will have dinner together. Because by this repetition, they are trying to cover up separation. Not to remember. No. For example, you are with your beloved this morning, and you say, call me at lunch, if this person is going somewhere. So this person is trying to cheat himself that, no, now he has to go, she has to go, we know that. Yeah, the party will come and end, but we are going to have another one next week. Or she's going to call me this lunchtime. Or she will come back again, he or she will come back again in the evening. Cheating myself, all of them are efforts, very severe efforts to not remember that these are transient. they will depart. They don't want to see the other end of the tunnel in this world. That's why they keep changing their clothes, they keep changing their hairstyle, they keep changing their shoes. Why? I've got a new one, a pair of shoes. And of course, it will pass. Of course, no, that doesn't matter. I have another pair. Refreshing. Why? Why the consumer society is prevailing the world, or the consumerism is prevailing the world? Why? People don't want to see that this pair of shoes are getting old. They are going to depart me. Before they get old, they got another new pair of shoes, or another shirt, another clothes, another something. Whatever they think that it is the source of entertainment, enjoyment for them, they don't want to see them as they are getting old. They cannot say now, no one is wearing a cloth which gets old in her and his body anymore. Before they get old, they buy a new one. They don't want to see and experience that they are departing. There's a very deep psychological weakness coming from what? Lack of consciousness of the permanence, eternity of the Creator, that human beings are created for this eternity, realizing this eternity. This world, whatever is given to you, is transient. You cannot keep it. It will depart. So, but I don't want to experience this departing. Departure. I don't want to experience this departure. Thank you. Whatever. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see that my clothes start getting old, my house is getting old. For example, what do? Consumerism. Before the house gets really old, look old, they change it immediately. Get a new tile, new painting, new windows, new floors. Why? Why? They don't want to see that they are departing. As they depart, there's a very deep psychological analysis here. As they depart, they tear the hands. It means whatever we hold them. Yeah, it means they scratch, even severe them. Yeah, it means cut it off. That is reality. No one can stop this world from being transient.
Quick, sort of unrelated question. Eric and his wife are downstairs with the baby, and they were going to ask for the elevator. Huh?
Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I wanted to finish the point. That
Wait, now I finish.
Yeah.
So this is for this one is for the elevator. Okay. Now.
Yeah.
Now you. Assalamu alaikum. So that is the foundation of the subject today.
It's deep.
Yeah. It seems to be simple. It seems to be simple that, you know, if you have money, you can buy another one. So you, for example, the consumerism cannot let, or the people cannot stand seeing the things that they are getting old in their hands. Before they get old, they want to buy a new one. Why? It is very hurting, reminding that they are living. So it cuts off the hand. It means your ownership. Hand means claim of your ownership. This is mine. It cuts severely. Seeing and experiencing that they are living. So that's why schizophrenic personality, double personality. I think that I am enjoying now, and I know, for example, I am enjoying the food now. It's beautiful, but it is poisonous. Can you understand that? It's going to kill me. How? It's going to leave me. Alaikum salam. So, welcome. Anyone? So this seems to be the society is developing, and materially, financially, we are becoming prosperous, and we can afford more things. Seems to be. So it is good for me. I'm using, let's say, the book, and the book is getting old. Yeah? So I can buy another one. So my socks are getting old. Before they get old and have some holes, why not to buy another? I can afford it. My shirt, anything, you know, any one thing, flare or something, I can start hearing, seeing it, get rid of it. Why? Now, who is explaining? Can you explain why?
Why we want to get rid of things that we see as tattered and old? As far as I understand earlier, that it's reminds us of something, of perhaps a truth in our life that we're just here in a transient world.
The things are
the things are departing as we will too.
And do you want to see the world is departing, and we are departing from this world? Why? Why don't we want?
I think perhaps it's because it's a really, first of all, it's very difficult to confront that, but you have to think about really the creator in that case. Maybe people want to reject.
So let's concentrate here. Everything is fine. Let's concentrate. Yeah.
So like perhaps
we are talking about a very important subject, actually, very practical, important subject.
Perhaps it's because we're really self-centered and we don't want to.
Come on, here. You didn't come there.
I haven't seen them.
Okay, thank you. After the class, yeah. So it's very simple. You carry on.
We're saying that people adapt this behavior because they don't want to face reality, that things are leaving them. So before they get hurt, that the thing is gone, they dispose of the thing.
It's very simple. We think that we know. When we hear that we are going to die, yeah? And there is an akhirah. Well, these are information. These are knowledge. Knowledge is good for nothing. Your real life experience is everything. So, in your real life, you don't want to see that the things are getting old. They're getting, reminding you that everything is transit. Very simple. We know that how many times we discussed that the world is transit. But how about our practical life? Can we stand to see the transience of this world? No, we cannot stand that the things that we are using getting old. Before they get old, renew them.
Right.
That is the foundation of consumerism, which is based on
Exploiting human weakness.
human weakness, because humanity has been created for what?
For
Eternity. And what this materialist society or the materialist system is offering to us?
temporary solution.
Temporary, transient solution, which is diametrically contradictory between two worldviews. We think that it's all right here in a liberal country. Everything is comfortable. We can afford it financially. We are not really in better position. Yeah? Right? Very simple. Very simple. Seems to be very simple. But the whole civilization is turning around this human weakness. Whole system is running around this human weakness.
But then goods have to be there in the market. People need them. It's just people need to control themselves.
No,
Together.
but the need for what?
Well,
Ask the people how many pairs of shoes do they have?
Right, so people need to control themselves. Let's say if I am a merchant, I'm selling goods, you need it, get it. But then
It's not for satisfaction, the need. It is for covering up the reality in the materialist society. Do you understand the contradiction?
you're saying
In the materialist society, the goods are produced in order to cover up the reality that the people should not feel the hurting of departure.
never thought of
The
that.
continuous the consuming, continuous the buying. No, you know that the psychological weakness that develops in the consumer society, materialist society, psychological weakness. They get pleasure in buying new things rather than using them.
Yeah.
Why? It's very practical. Why? Shopping is the illness of the materialist civilization. Shopping. Why? They feel that, no, never mind if it gets old, I have another one. I have another one. A new one, a new one, a new one. They don't want to face their reality.
They purchase their security.
Yeah, but cheating.
Yeah.
But because we are human beings, we cannot stop. For example, you can stop your body, but you cannot stop your human feelings functioning. But the only way is getting drunk.
What do you mean you can stop your body, but you cannot stop your...
Well, for example, if you want to move your hand here, you can move. If you don't want to, not to, you don't. But feelings freely act. Freely. You cannot stop your feelings. So this is the escapism from one's own reality. So this double personality is inevitable.
Double personality as in,
Yeah.
so I'm thinking one side of the personality wants.
The outward personality says, I am entertaining myself because I'm getting a new cloth and everything is new. Or I am having my friendship in a party. Or we are entertaining now with my beloved one's boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever the relationship, entertain, how do you say? Not human, but egoistically entertaining yourself. Just outwardly, not according to your reality as a human being. But deep down, senses function. You cannot stop your senses. Says what?
I'll die one day.
No, the party
Will end.
will end. So before they depart from the first party, what they do, they arrange the second one, the next one. Why? They don't want to experience the transit of their reality. That is human need. It's human need. But is it the way to satisfy this human need, get another one, need, arrange another meeting, another party, or buy a new one? Is it the way? Yeah. Is it the way to solve human need? They can't, because deep down we know that we cannot satisfy our human needs by attaching them, attaching human expectations to the objects of this world. But using is different. I need a pen, and I buy a pen, I use my pen because I need it. But before it gets sold, I cut another one. That is the problem. Why? Why we cannot stand that our clothes, the color of our house, the tiles of our bathroom or kitchen, or the furniture, why can we not stand to see them that they are getting old? We keep renewing.
Because we don't want to realize, or we want to cover up that we will eventually get old.
Ultimately, in this world, whatever belongs to this world is transit. And I am not, as a human being, I am not the one who gets satisfaction from transit. I need eternity. I need infinite. I need permanence. How can I solve the problem?
Good point. How do we solve the problem? That is.
Yeah. So you can read it now. So you wanted to say something? Did you? Okay. So
he remains in perpetual distress.
Yeah, deep down, perpetual distress. Human. Why? They cannot get satisfaction from this transient world. Okay.
Or else plunges into heedless drunkenness.
That's what is happening, eh?
Cover up,
People,
keep shopping,
shopping,
keep replacing,
bar, going to bars, or keeping themselves with social activities in any way. Not necessarily that you have to go to a bar and organize a party. Maybe in the name of religion, you organize an activity which keeps you busy.
Yes.
Even in the name of religion, most of the religious activities, social activities, are a means of escaping from your own reality, facing your own reality. You cannot sit and think what I am, who I am. So outward religion, which means really traditional religion, cultural religion, doesn't say. Instead of going to bar, you go to the mosque or the church. Instead of having a party, you have iftar. The same thing. Why do you laugh? That's our reality.
Wow.
Social activity, socialization.
I think
Running
also,
away.
even like religious rituals can also
Be
as well. Like even
a,
prayer, even prayer. I feel like even I don't want to say it. But almost prayer can almost be that for some people.
sorry? Sorry?
Prayer can also the ritual form of prayer can also be part of that distraction.
Yeah, but what is the solution? Not to pray? No. Not to be socialized? No. No, it is not the solution. When the parents get old, what do we do? What do we do? Send them to nursing home. Why? We cannot stand them. We cannot stand seeing them getting old. It reminds me, one day I will be like this. I may be like that. Definitely. The end. You cannot stand them. So let your clothes get old on you before you buy the second. If it is possible in this culture. See, it is transient. Experience, face your reality, and look for the solution. What am I expected to do in this world? Who am I and what am I? What qualities I have? Ask yourself, what qualities do I have? So that these qualities must need to be satisfied. It's not simple. It's not a simple thing. So what we should do, rather than, for example, not having any social activity, we should develop our consciousness so that this is just a human need in this world, cannot be the absolute eternal source of solution, satisfaction for me. Just be aware of it. Just be aware of it. And especially, let the things that we use get old and we should experience. It means don't be a shopping man. This is how we can experience that we believe in really God, as we claim to be, believing in God. If you believe in God, make your life real for yourself, not ostentatious, artificial. Yes, I really believe in God. Yeah, correct. And God suffices me. Okay. So we should not plunge into heedless drunkenness. How? Heedless drunkenness. Physically we may be drunk, really. But by keeping ourselves, by renewing the things and not really seeing what my reality is, also cheating myself. It is another kind of drunkenness. Drunkenness is not being aware of the reality. Yep.
Or choosing to hide from. Choosing to hide from.
Hide
them
Yeah.
by being so busy.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean you're drinking.
No. Just cheating yourself by any means. I don't know what. But if we do something related to religion, doesn't mean that we don't cheat ourselves. Maybe, may not be. So we have to substantiate our rituals, our religious activities by becoming conscious of what is going on in this world. And reminding myself, my reality, okay. We can continue. Since,
it is
now
thus.
where are we? Do we know?
So we are
So do we have,
on page 1, the last paragraph, which starts with indeed, man loves first
It is in-
himself. We are towards the
middle?
middle.
Yeah.
It's the first line from the book.
Thank you, yes.
Yeah,
So is everybody good? All right. Since it is thus, my soul, if you have sense, gather together all those loves and give them to their true owner.
yeah. Not the things themselves, their true owner. Don't think that I own this property. Acknowledge who is the real owner of this property. And use it, he will say. Yeah.
Be saved from those calamities.
What is calamities? What are the calamities?
The things will depart, everything is transient, so
Hurts me as they depart, they cut off my hand. It means my ownership becomes meaningless. I think I own it,
yes.
but I know that this is going to be taken away from me. And I cannot really claim that I am the owner. Because it is going to be taken away from me. Okay?
These infinite loves are particular to one possessing infinite perfection and beauty.
Now, not the transient things, but the real true owner who is permanent. So the things we love is not wrong. Now, but this love, in fact, is practiced here that I love this and question. The thing itself is transient, but I love it. But it is transient, it is leaving me alone. What shall I do? So the thing is created, owned by the one who creates this, the world, who is permanent. So it becomes a means of acknowledging the creator of the beautiful things that we love. Use it. Don't run away from the reality. When you find the owner of that thing, the owner of the thing that you love, that this owner is permanent, what do? Now you detach yourself from the thing itself, but you found the eternal owner. So let the thing get old on you. Why? You know that it is transient anyway. That is training. Knowledge is not. Knowledge doesn't help. Saying one day we will die. Oh, okay. Doesn't help. Doesn't train you. Doesn't educate you. We are cheating ourselves by saying that I know we will die one day, and there will be an eternal life in the hereafter. Okay. How do you live in this world? Knowledge doesn't train you. When you are doing shopping, you really get excited. That is reality. You believe in God or whatever. Yeah, that doesn't matter. They don't have any effect on you. When you get a new clothes, before the previous one gets old on you by you. Huh? So say that I believe in God, I believe in the hereafter, doesn't really satisfy you.
Yeah, I mean, but isn't the feeling though that you get, from say when you go go shopping and you have that good feeling, whatever that is, isn't that meaningful? I'm not saying it's not what we're supposed to be getting pleasure from, but that feeling of perhaps you think that this is a permanent source, but can you feel the same thing then when you acknowledge that there is a permanent source and I belong to that permanent source?
But this is the problem. Are you using it as a means
Yeah.
or as a source of enjoyment? Whatever you have, are you using it? So if you are using it as a means, don't worry. Don't worry. It may get old because your heart is not attached to it. Let it get old. That is the materialist society, secular society presents us. You have to update yourself according to the fashion. Fashion changes almost every week, every season, definitely. That's why they produce 1,000 different cars, different kinds of cars. They produce 1 million different cars, different kinds of shirts, dresses. 1 million. Keeps busy, a new one, another one. Oh, this is different. Oh, this is different. Never end. So then some people, old people, when they are grandmother, grandfather, grandparents, what they do? They love shopping for their grandchildren. Do you tell them, no, he is my child, grandchild. The parent says, he has plenty of toys. He wants to refresh. Because they get satisfaction by forgetting that they are getting old and they are dying. They find their existence in the continuation of their grandchildren. Cheat themselves. It's a psychological trap for themselves, if somebody does that. So we have to be very careful. Why am I doing that? In order to what? In order to realize what? Do we really need? We respect human needs. If you see somebody who needs a shirt, wallahi, I have extra shirts. I'm ready to give. Needs a shirt. I don't think you can find anybody who needs a shirt. It's very difficult, eh? There may be some other parts of the world, but they are trying to develop. It means fall into the same trap of consumer society. Okay. What are we doing here? Are we criticizing the consumer society? No, none of my business. None of my business. What the other people do. I am trying to realize which kind of lifestyle I am following. And is it really human or not? Is it really human? Can I get any satisfaction out of it? Or am I cheating myself?
Well, something I'm thinking is that, for human beings, then, sure, okay, we live in a consumerist society, but part of the thing is, you have people who are creative and they're constantly having new ideas, putting out new things, whether
Why?
it's, a designer who's creative and they,
Why do they do?
because God gave them creativity and so
Oh,
they're
but
gonna use the
how
inspiration
about
that He gave them.
using them in order to put the people into trap and give them a new opportunity to renew?
No, that's not from the creative person's perspective, that's not their motivation.
We don't know the people's intention. We are analyzing the civilization. What is based on? What the civilization is based on? That's the question. What is it based on? So giving 1 million different kinds of shirts or anything so that the people will lose themselves in, this one, this is different, this is different, this is different, keep themselves busy, be sunk into consumption.
I think people can do the same thing, like two people can be going shopping.
Well, of course.
Have very different thinking and intention.
We are not talking about people. We are talking about the civilization, mentality of secular life.
Okay.
Even we said, even you may do it in the name of religion.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing. The same thing, running away from your reality.
But we also
Running away from your reality.
Well, we also see in creation that the Creator is constantly refreshing and
Yeah,
renewing.
yeah, okay.
So why shouldn't we, as humans, be refreshing and renewing?
But the creation is renewed. Creation, but lots of concepts are mixed up. Creation is renewed by renewation. What is happening? The previous one is taken away.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean? This word is transient.
Right.
So do you think those people who keep using and buying a new one, saying that this word is transient, or trying to get satisfaction from it? Which one? Well, we don't know. We don't talk about particular people. We are talking about the civilization, the understanding of secular life.
Mm-hmm.
Or secular life, not necessarily that the life is not religious. No, not based on conscious belief, awareness, trained life, being prepared what the reality of this life is and experienced, trained, so that when you go and when you leave, you do something, you do it with the consciousness that this is what I need, this is what I need, and this is provided by my Creator. Thank Him and use it, but face your reality. The thing doesn't satisfy you.
So then, in that case, it doesn't matter if somebody constantly buys something new every season, because when the fashion changes, it doesn't really matter.
Why does he buy?
The person could also be holding on. The person who never buys something, they could be holding on too tightly to those old things that they have.
Be careful, really. But I'm not being practical here.
Mm-hmm.
I am analyzing the way of life of secular society and way of life a conscious believer. I'm making the comparison. So if a person does and goes and buys some, I don't know why he's doing that, but what is the point? What is the point for me to see that the created world is not the source of satisfaction? It is just a means to take me up to their creators and attach my heart, attach my feelings to the Creator, not the objects created.
Right. So the person could be purchasing something.
You are still talking about the person.
Okay. Society.
Oh no, we are talking about the civilization.
Okay.
I don't know about the person. None of my listeners.
Which has many people. Okay, I'm making it as civilized by a person.
So what is the base of secular society? It means you should get satisfaction from this world. From this world, from the objects of this world. So, get satisfaction from the objects of this world. How? By getting a new one, not seeing that the world is transient, not letting you experience that this world is transient.
So with everything, there just needs to be that other dimension, that third dimension, that this is from the creator. It's the creator who is the one who is making this display and showing me all of these new beautiful things that I may like. And I say, oh wow, alhamdulillah, because this is a display of
okay,
his
you need. If you need it, you will get the thing. For example, if you are hungry, you will eat. Right? But while you are eating, what are you expected to do? According to the real consciousness and the practice belief, what you are expected to do? While you are eating, attaching your heart to Him. Okay. But if you keep eating, what's happening? If someone, it says, if a civilization, if a world view presents us something that you should never experience hunger. Why? Because hunger means a reminder for your weakness, neediness. So keep eating a little bit, continuously. Either drinking or eating, because you should never feel needy, weak. That is this the mentality of the secular society. Doesn't matter, you may be a religious man, I don't care. Why do you do that? Whatever you do, why do you do that? Are you aware of it? Are you aware of it? When you are aware of it, you don't attach your heart to the object itself. It becomes just a means created for me in order to take me to its creator. Experience this. By saying doesn't solve the problem. By knowing that there will be in the hereafter, there will be an eternal life after resurrection, doesn't help you by saying, or by knowing, knowledge, having the knowledge of it, experiencing it. That's why belief is training. Belief is not knowledge. For example, the universe needs a creator in human mind, according to human perception, understanding. So the universe is a creator. I know that. Does it help me? No. Oh, the universe is a creator, okay.
Something distant out there.
Yeah, okay, no, all right, the universe is a creator who's called God. Even you may even say, be a very religious Muslim, Allah. Okay, so what? In your life, how much are you experiencing in your daily life that this is your creator right that moment, and you are satisfied with your creator, not what is created. Your body gets satisfied, your stomach, when you are hungry. When you eat food, your stomach gets satisfied. Your human needs, nothing to do with the food. They need eternal happiness. How can I attach myself to the eternal source? So, we are making this analysis. We are not talking about any person. Maybe if you are a fashion designer, that's your profession. You design, get your money, but be careful. Attach your heart not to the profession, to the creator of your talent. Right? Say, my creator has given me this ability, use it in his name. Never say that I am, I work hard. No, my creator has given me this potentiality. I ask to improve it, and he created me with an improved potential. It means capacity. Now it becomes your capacity. So I am a fashion designer. I do my job. One to other people may exploit other people. That none of my business. I do my job, and alhamdulillah, I thank God to enable me to do this. All right? But there is no way to defend the consumer society, which is based on learner satisfaction, trying to get satisfaction from the create things themselves. That's not human. That's not human. Your body, you may have, if it is cold, for example, you may have something thick and warm, and your body feels okay. But your humanity says, okay, this thing is not permanent, and I will die alive. Your fur coat doesn't save you from despair.
But nothing will.
Yes, except the source
And
of
the creator, yes.
create. So experience this. That is Iman. Experience this. Put it into practice. That's Iman. Okay.
Let
Sorry?
people know that this will satisfy you.
But you need to do it like this one.
So why? So now, if you are using it in order to satisfy your need in this world, is different from satisfy your expectation of human satisfaction. Yes, your body needs, your material world needs, and you are expected to be aware of the reality. What is the reality? What is the reality? The machine you use is working on certain rules which are perfectly arranged, designed by the creator of this universe. And if you remember how perfect, how wise your creator is, don't get lost into the object itself. That's what we have to train ourselves. But the creator of that object, attach your heart to him. For example, if you don't need it, if your machine, there is no need to mention the name of any machine, if your machine looks old, if you feel uncomfortable, there is something wrong going on. Because it looks old, you want a new looking one. It means you are attaching your heart to the object to satisfy. If you need is different. We don't know who needs what.
I think part of the, I don't know, maybe it's a problem that happens is that in a society in which people are constantly creating, or there are new creations all the time, then if a person is aware of what's going on, their consciousness of what, okay, at one level, then a person may just think, let's say a person has no shoes. What they need are shoes, right? That's what they think, right? I just need shoes. And then let's say you live in a country like America where we have seasons, then now it's summertime. Your awareness is not just I need shoes. Before it might have been summertime and you had no shoes, or wintertime you had no shoes. Now you need shoes. Okay, so now you think, okay, well maybe I need sandals. But then your awareness expands and then it's like, okay, well I need, and your life may change as well. I need this kind of shoe. And then next thing you know, it's like your awareness makes you aware of how, let's say, refined things get and how specific things become and how they may applied to some kind of a need that you have, like your needs actually kind of change beyond like simple needs to now, okay, now I go running every day, so now I need specific running sneakers, and it goes on and on. But it's not like you totally don't need these things. But then on one level, if you were simply, you don't need them at all.
Why do we take the word from its out of its context? Who said or who is saying that we shouldn't satisfy our needs? Not at all. If it is a need, not artificial, depends on the person.
Right.
We don't know.
Okay.
So we should never speak in terms of real practice. We have to speak in terms of practicing belief, experiencing belief that most of the people in the society believe that this universe is created by God. Most of the people, at least majority of the people. Okay, but how do we practice it? How do we put this belief into practice? That is the problem. And we are trying to solve this problem. Never go into, for example, if you really need this shoes, that shoes, I don't know. But I don't know, that's your feeling. Do you really need it or not? That is your problem, the person's problem. I don't know, I cannot speak. But in need according to what? I have to ask myself. In order to satisfy my human side, or in order to satisfy my bodily side, animal side. For example, when you have breakfast, when it is lunchtime, you need lunch if you are accustomed to it, having lunch. You need lunch. No one says that don't eat. No one says that don't eat. The purpose of eating is not to eat breakfast but not lunch when you are hungry, if you are really hungry. The purpose of eating is to experience that you are hungry, you are needy, and your need is met by something consciously. Who is that? What is that? Let you experience that when you are hungry. That's why the prophetic teaching says, if you are not hungry, don't eat. Pointless. When you eat, don't get absolutely full that you will never eat again. That time you will see that. So moderately eat, so that the purpose of this getting hungry and eating will be fulfilled. It means I am the needy one, and the one who created me and created the food is the one who is the provider. And he knows me, he is taking care of me. Experience this. That's the point. And otherwise, if someone eats this amount, that amount, none of my business. None of my business. I don't know why the people are doing what. I take care of myself only. And we have to speak always in terms of fundamental theory. Theory means, what are we basing our life, our existence in this world on? What is the base of my actions? Okay.
I was just thinking, it's not a question, it's more of a comment. I was thinking about food. So for instance, New York has a lot of different restaurants in New York.
Don't go into practices.
Sorry?
This kind of material practices.
So
Okay.
yeah, so basically, me for instance, I like trying food, different kinds of food. So I
Why
would
do
go
you
to
why do you do that? Ask yourself. No, don't tell me now. Don't tell me in front of other people. Ask yourself, why do you do that? In order to experience the provider God, and if you are conscious of it, or if you are, for example, just saying that I experienced this restaurant, that restaurant, that restaurant, that restaurant, no, this is another one, and get lost. We don't know. I don't know your reality, and don't tell us. Because we are talking about the fundamentals. We are not talking, why do you buy this shirt? What am I? That's my problem. But we are talking about the fundamentals of what belief in God should mean for me in my practical life. Right? For me in my practical life. What does it mean for me in my practical life? Okay. Michelle, look at you.
When you give it to its true owner, you will be able to love everything without distress in his name and as his mirrors.
Now, but in his name, we talk about it a lot. Manifestations of his qualities in the objects that we are using, created objects. So this is provided, for example, eating the food, this is provided by the creator, by the nourisher, by the provider, who is eternal, and I am experiencing his qualities in the created world, in the form of this food, that is his name. And also as his mirrors. Mirrors, when you have something, it must be a mirror, mirroring, reflecting what? Yeah, so use it as a mirror.
So use the object as a mirror. So for
Use it as a mirror, a practical, very practical. Use the object as a mirror, reflecting the qualities of this maker and introducing the qualities of this maker to you. To you. Inshallah. So it is beautiful. It's a very, very practical guidance. Yeah, very practical guidance. Use it as a mirror. Okay.
everything needs to be used in his name. So if, let's say, you're looking at, I don't know, just like a tree, don't say, oh, it's a tree, but see the qualities manifested in the tree. So use that tree as a mirror pointing to its creator. So in this way, that's what it means. Look everything. Everything.
So look at the baby as a mirror. Yeah. So can you see it? That's the practical way we are treating the baby. Are you treating it as a mirror or uncontrolled emotional attachment? Which one? That's everybody's problem. Now we have to be conscious of what we are doing. Now I'm not saying anything specific at all.
She's looking at me, so it's not too good.
No, I'm not saying it. Really, I'm not saying it. I don't know. That we are talking about what should be. What should be. No one can really promote his belief in one day up to the point. No. We have to remind and remind and remind. In fact, this universe is a reminder. My senses are reminders. And God's speech is a reminder. And God's messengers, teachers are what? Only reminders. Reminders. How much I take out of the reminder, that's my problem. But it is our duty to remind each other.
That means this love should not be, I don't have
The second page. Page 2.
have it. That means this love should not be spent directly on the universe.
Yeah, anything in the
Otherwise, while being a delicious bounty, it becomes a grievous affliction.
why? Grievous affliction. But the universe must be used as a bounty. But if I don't use it as a mirror, it becomes a grievous affliction. Why? Reminds me that I am transient. If my heart is not attached or is not conscious of the eternal source, I am transient, and these things are good and they are transient. And
They will depart, and
as they depart, they hurt my human feelings. They really damage my human feelings, severely. Then damage my human feelings, and I will be distressed rather than getting pleasure. That's why this split personality or double personality, not split, maybe split. The personality grows. From one side, I say, oh, I know one person. I know it's going to get over. It's going to dance. It's going to be the art of fashion. I won't be proud of it anymore. 2 months in 2 months, or 6 months. What happens now? From one side, I want to be happy. From another side, deep down, it makes me realize that now this is not a source of satisfaction. The only thing, if I train myself to see the objects as mirrors in the object itself, see the qualities of its creator, and be happy with the creator who is absolute, eternal. Only in this way, human senses can be satisfied. There is no other.
And that's how you can get rid of the double personality. Because
Yeah.
I was thinking that could be a starting stone where you say, oh, I mean, that could be a starting stone for your training where you say that, yeah, I want this, but then you realize it's going to be hard. And then you say, oh, I'd rather do some deep reflection. Where is it coming from? Who does it belong to? So that's when you.
So this process is very human. First, you love the object. But then your consciousness is required to question it. The questioning, why do I love this object? And can I really get the satisfaction from this object itself? So why do I love it? But at the same time, I cannot get satisfaction from it. Am I going to keep buying a new one? Or is it the solution? I buy new one, and die in new clothes and depart from this world. And human beings, human senses, never get satisfied. So this world is really perfectly arranged, designed perfectly to provide a best means for humanity to see the reality, this world. So my maker knows what I need. Accordingly, he creates me and the universe and puts me here as a training center.
So to connect this with one of your other halakas from a few weeks ago, that when you sort of say, oh, you see this object, you like it, this is now not the human aspect. This is really just the animal aspect. And when you bring in your consciousness of that, that's when this is the human.
Yeah, so human aspect will come and react.
Yeah.
This animal
And
aspect.
check. Yeah.
And check. Exactly. When you check it, you say, this object cannot be the source of satisfaction. That's why we have to go 2 stages, always, always. And it is the perfect example in the Quran. Always human beings are reminded these 2 stages. Always. You are created for eternity. This world is not eternal. You are created to worship the eternal absolute being, and there is no absolute being in this world. So you have to realize that there is no absolute being in this world. This world is transient. Everything will be destroyed at the end. And also they are being destroyed now, if you are aware. Why? Since you are, I always ask this challenging question. If you are going to destroy it, why do you create that? Yeah? It seems to be, since you are going to destroy it, for example, last summer is gone. Yeah? Winter is gone. Hey, why did you create and let me experience it? This is for me. This is for humans. You see that the world is transient, but the creator, the source of the world, the fountain of the world, is perfect. So the river is running. Let's say the river. But let's say it's coming from a lake. Lake is permanent. Example, river is coming, the water is coming and running, passing, but it has a permanent fountain. So look for the permanent fountain, because only the permanent fountain can satisfy. The thing itself cannot. It can be a means, just to show, just to take you to the source, remind you to the source, remind you to the source. It's beautiful.
Do you almost have to feel a feeling of separation from the objects to seek the source? It seems that way. Like you said,
So
last summer is gone.
Yeah.
Or anything you enjoy and then it's gone.
Yeah.
So you feel like pain of separation and you look for something else.
Yeah, permanence. That's why people want to, if they are not aware of the permanent absolute source of existence, they want to attach themselves to the objects that they feel that they satisfy. These objects satisfy these people. They want to be close to it, attached to it. They don't want to leave them, be far away from them. They want to feel the experience always with them. That's why we said, keep eating, keep shopping, keeping all the family members together. They cannot really stand that they are separated. Be next to me, as if it's going to be the source of satisfaction for you. Cheating yourself. There are many examples. You can say, keep renewing your whatever, properties, everything. Keep changing the color of your apartment or house, for example. Keep changing the furniture, for example. Not letting yourself experience that it is getting until they don't satisfy your need anymore. Of course, Allah doesn't mind, the creator of the universe, doesn't mind creating another furniture for you. It is not a problem. Look at the universe. Look at the universe. The problem is with you, not with the creator, and you are not consuming the creator's source. so that he's going to save something if you don't use it much really. So nothing to do with it.
So that pain of separation, I'm thinking that's the way, that's like the reminder that the creator is, that's the creator reminding us, or something instilled in us to remind us that we need to just find satisfaction in the creator.
Permanent one. Look for the permanent one.
Right, so that pain of separation is, it's like a notification.
Perfect, perfect.
That there may be a problem.
Yeah, when it is cold, when you need something warm to wear, it's perfect. It's nothing wrong. When you are hungry, you look for food, it's perfect. Nothing wrong. But how are you going to analyze? How are you going to utilize? That needs training. When you look at the Quran, it looks like as if repetitive. And most of the people who study the Quran from outside say that Quran is full of repetition. Training. Training needs repetition. You cannot learn it once. Even one, we heard something here, we spoke about something here, and intellectually we understood. Yeah, inshallah, I feel that intellectually we understood. But are we going to apply? Are we going to really put it into practice immediately afterwards? Inshallah. But not for me. No, I need to be reminded 100 times more. The same thing. I really admire the Quran's teaching, but I cannot really study it here right now. Quran is full of repetition. Everywhere in the Quran is nothing but worship me, not the objects that I create. There's nothing, la ilaha illallah, nothing. La ilaha illallah, nothing more than this. The description of the catastrophic description of the doomsday, the last day. But what are they for? As if God is frightening me, and I'm going to destroy the sun, and the mountains will fly, and the oceans will really completely scattered away, and nothing can be in their order anymore. Why? They are very frightening descriptions when you read them. Why? Just say that they are not permanent. Very simple. Because human senses need this reminder. And the Quran says, especially, those people who oppose you, O my messenger, leave them to me. I can deal with them. If you are going to revenge those people who oppose the Prophet, why did you create them? Why do you tell me this? It means they have to realize that they will go away from this world. They cannot sustain their life. Yeah, they should know where they come from so that they will understand where they are going to. So think about it. It is for me, it is not for God that getting angry or I need this. I have to read the Quran from my perspective. Always I keep saying this. And we have to remember all the time. We should read the Quran from our perspective, not God's perspective. Impossible you can read the Quran from God's perspective. So you have to read it from your perspective. When it says, leave them to me, it means at the end. I will be led to my Creator. Lead them. Why? Who gave me my existence? I belong to Him. So at the end, I will be with it because I came from, anyway. So the baby came from where? Inshallah, Allah will give her a long life, but at the end she will go there. Wherever she came from, she will go there. So obvious. Do you know where she came from? Don't use your cultural religion. Tell me, where does she come from? Her existence. You don't know. Why do you say that? Where is she coming from? Where is she going after she dies? When you say, you question, where are we going? Where are we going? Quran says, where did you come from? Nothing to do with this universe that she came from. So she will go back, nothing to do with this universe again. So the end must be looked for, an answer. The answer for the end must be looked in the beginning. Where did it come from? So this perfect order in the creation, with no exception, everything is created, or everything exists in this world in order to remind us one thing. We don't belong to this world. This world is not the source of my existence. It's very simple. But to experience, to put it into practice is the most difficult. Yeah. But trying to logically understand it, the simplest thing. So Quran is reminder, universe is reminder, prophets are reminder. Our feelings are reminder.
Human beings are forgetful individuals.
But we need to be reminded, experience through experience. Okay.
There is another aspect besides, O soul, and it is the most important.
Also means now addressing this egotistic approach of us. Yeah, the soul means here not the spirit, the soul spirit. It means your egotistic, it means everything belongs to itself. I belong to myself. That is, now it is going to, the author is going to speak this aspect of humanity, because we have the tendency to attach every quality to itself, saying that this is hot, this is beautiful, this is delicious, this is hot, this is sweet, this is salty, not attributing everything to itself. All the qualities to the things themselves. Now, this side of human being is going to be addressed now also. Okay, let's see what it says.
You spend all your love on yourself.
What does it? I like this. I want that. This satisfies me. This satisfies me. And this quality belongs to me. Oh, fine, what? Anything attributed to yourself, rather than given. It's very simple. Rather than being aware that they are given to me, they are created, provided for me. Okay.
You make your own soul your object of worship and beloved.
Yeah. But by extension, you make the things themselves the object of worship And beloved means I like this because it has this quality. It means I am ascribing the sense of love to me. I am ascribing the beauty that I see on the object to it. Both words in the same way. Okay? That's why making the worship, what is worship?
Awareness.
Sorry?
Awareness.
Yeah. Worship doesn't mean that you do something, this act, this, that act. If you are aware. But this awareness is taught by the messengers, by God. You can remind yourself this awareness in this form, in another form, prayer, fasting. But we have to know that awareness is the source of worship. Not the action you do is the source of worship. Awareness is the source of worship. Well, rather than, for example, I may not, because it is Ramadan and fasting, people are fasting now. Not my fasting is the source of worship. My awareness of the meaning of fasting is the source of worship. That is worship. For example, why do you fast? You don't eat. Why don't you eat? Very simple. Very simple. Not complicated at all. To acknowledge that I keep eating the food doesn't belong to me. Although I bought it, I paid for it. I think I paid for it. You can never pay anything. If you are careful. Yeah, you say that the child is mine. You never did anything to in order to contribute to the existence of this child. Your tummy gets like this. Oh, I don't know. You have no control over everything. But as the baby is born, you say, this is my baby. Of course, the awareness is, this is given or trusted to you by the Creator. Your Creator, her Creator. You have no way to claim that the baby belongs to you. Because you have never contributed towards creation. You see, giving existence to it. For example, you may take care of your health, nourishment, but these are just the means, not the elements that are contributing to the creation, bringing into existence. For example, the food is a means, but food it cannot itself contribute to the existence of satisfaction. That's how we are made altogether. So when you water the plant, we think that can we think that I am contributing to the act of creating? Just put in the water there. Water is created, your sense is created, but the act of creation is taken care of completely by something else. So the baby is not yours. You are the attendee, servant of the baby. And you are given the qualities, necessary qualities by your Creator. Love, affection is already given. Can anybody take the baby from you away? No. But at the same time, you are expected to be aware that baby doesn't belong to you. But at the same time, you cannot live it. Employed. Yeah, employed. How the system is really set in order to let me know what the reality of this existence is. Why am I here? I am the one who has to follow the order of this universe, the way I am created, the order in my existence, given to me by my Creator. That is called Abd. Abd means nothing belongs to me. Sorry?
You said you have to follow the order the way it's given to you. Like,
Yeah, you have to follow. You cannot get out of it. If you get out of it, you hurt yourself. So this hurting is mercy. Telling you that what you are doing is wrong. Letting you know. It's perfect. Okay. Oh, it's a long paragraph. Okay. So you make your own soul your object of worship. But who is making the own soul the object of worship? So, human ego. Human ego. Ego means appropriating everything to itself. Egoist means, this is mine. This is mine. Yeah, we say that this person is very egoistic. Because I like this food, so I will get the first. I will get the food first. If there is something left, I can give it to you. So it is egoistic, we call them egoistic. Why? I own it. I own it. It belongs to me. I deserve it. Egoistic. So this attitude, this side of human being is addressed here. This side makes the human beings themselves the worshipper of themselves. And of course we have to think, is it worth to worship? Is it really worth? It has any reality? We have to think. Question.
You sacrifice everything for you. What's that? Oh, okay. You sacrifice everything for your soul.
If you understand this, you sacrifice everything, but because first me belongs to me, and the rest is forget about it. Okay? But this is belonging. You know, this is belonging. For doesn't mean that I have $1 million and I use a certain amount and I give you $100. And oh no, I didn't sacrifice everything for myself. I sacrificed it for others as well. But did you sacrifice this sense? Say that even the sense of giving is given to me by my Creator. This property doesn't belong to me. Are you aware of it? Or did you do it in order to satisfy yourself? I am a religious man. In Ramadan, I did a lot of good actions, activities. I spent, let's say, $100,000 to the poor people in our neighborhood or in the poor. He doesn't live there. He lives somewhere else and he gives the money to people in Somalia. So they never goes there, right? And saying that, look, I'm a good man. I sacrificed $100,000 and sent money to the poor people in Somalia. It's very easy. Do it in your name again in order to worship yourself. We don't know who is doing what, but it is a possibility. If we cannot get rid of our egoistic attitude, we have to worship ourselves. Okay.
Can you also distinguish that this, what you just described, of self-loving. I guess, is that okay to say, self-loving?
Yeah. Self-worshipping, self-loving is the same. Yeah.
Okay, can you distinguish this from when, for example, the example popped into my head is, like in the mental health profession, I feel like there's a lot of things classes I've taken at work to help certain clients. They say that you should practice self-love.
Self?
They will say this.
So they said they should practice
Self-love,
self-love.
Yeah.
Esteem yourself.
sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. But self-love or esteem yourself, don't get disgusted of yourself, so that don't alienate yourself. But we have to understand that if you want to love yourself, you have to love yourself as a mirror to your creator, as a mirror, as in the name of the creator. Self-esteem, yes. But self-esteem should not be self-worship. Self-worship means object of worship. It means I am the center of my own existence. I am the center of my existence. These trainings, this, if you like, materialist, secular, psychological therapy doesn't work permanently. It's not a solution. Doesn't work. Temporarily, it may work, but permanently doesn't, because it doesn't satisfy human side, which looks for eternity, and in secular psychology, there is no eternity. So that they will ascribe your existence to eternity, say that you belong to this eternal absolute being. So get satisfaction from your creator, not from the object, from yourself. Self-esteem. So really wear nice clothes and appreciated by the society. When you go out, you shouldn't feel inferior. Look at, okay, how about human heart, human feelings? Yes, I am the greatest. Let's say I'm wearing the best clothes. Everybody looks at me. Don't you know deep down that one day you will become like your grandma or grandpa, and you won't be able to keep even the pencil in your hand. They will take you to the bank to sign the things, and you will do that. You're like your grandpa, you know. How can you self-esteem yourself as a physical being? You know that.
That's interesting that you brought this up, Anna, because there are those shows called Extreme Makeovers. I'm just thinking about that. What are they doing? Providing temporary solutions?
So the extreme?
Extreme Makeovers, they have these shows.
No, slowly. I don't understand the language. Extreme?
Makeover. So they help people boost up their
extreme
self.
makeover.
Right. They help people boost their self-esteem, right? They give them like a nice makeover, clothing, hair done and everything, so they're like presentable in society.
Yeah. That is the value of the secular civilization. So we have to self-esteem as the most developed creature of my creator. I can know my creator, fulfill the purpose of my existence at the highest level among other creatures. So self-esteem comes from your creator. So that I am the best creature. The human consciousness requires this. So don't say that I am a very bad man. Oh, weaknesses are acknowledged. Weakness. Don't confuse that. Mistakes are acknowledged. They call it sins, although I don't like the word. Sin, I don't know what is sin. So sins are acknowledged. Acknowledged. But still you can say, together with my weaknesses, together with my mistakes, I am the best creature. Together with them. So how can you solve this problem? You say that I am the best creature, but I am full of mistakes. I am sorry. I shouldn't do that. Very simple. Tabe means turn back to your original form. Uncorrupt form. It means say, that was a mistake, I shouldn't have done. Serious, sorry? Tawbah. Yeah, but the Quranic word, the Tabe Yatubu, it asks many verses, this Tabe, even turning back, it means really not turning back means not turning your back to something, no, original form, reality, the truth. So, a self-esteem is this. Yes, self-esteem is this. You are proud of your existence because of your creator. You can say, I am, with my own appalling mistakes, I am a product of the creator of the universe. You know, my maker? I am a very bad person, but my maker is the maker of the universe. He is the absolute one. I am proud of my maker, not myself. Best. But you may say that no, there are other creatures. I don't care. As far as I am a human being, my human side says, I'm conscious of my existence. I can contact my creation. It means I can really relate my existence to my creator perfectly. I know that my creator is absolute. What else do you want? What is bigger than the absolute? What is bigger than the absolute? What is bigger than the infinite? Nothing. So I belong to the infinite, but absolute one. What else do you want? So this is the source of your creator is should be the source of your self-esteem because of your master, because of your Lord, because of your creator. But unfortunately, the materialist secular psychology has no master, has no Lord, has no creator. So secular psychological therapy cannot refer you to an absolute source. So your human side is still apparently, maybe by using some medicines, biological balances provided, you can have, according to the order of the creation, you can have a better psychological situation or feelings, but it doesn't solve the problem permanently for you. And endlessly, as the human side requires it to be, human side of us requires it to be. So it doesn't mean that you have to wear nasty clothes. No, what we said, let the clothes get old. Experience the transience of this world, not to fall into consumerism for another purpose. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't have your esteem. It has nothing to do with this practical. It means that you shouldn't wear this cloth. It is new. Go and get an old one. Which is ridiculous. It is pointless. It means we didn't learn anything. Okay. I think the time is, okay. Okay, let's go now also up to that. So carry on.
Simply, you ascribe to it a sort of dominicality.
To it means
So,
to the soul. Yeah, this egoistic side of. Yeah, so we do that, a kind of dominicality. It means lordship, ownership actually. Okay?
Whereas the cause of love is either perfection, because perfection is loved for itself, or it is benefit, or it is pleasure, or it is goodness, or causes like these.
So perfection is love for itself. What does it mean? Perfection is love for itself. Shall we leave it to the next week? I think we have to anyway, the time is up. So let's stop here. Today is the July. Huh? Time is passing. Okay, next Saturday, inshallah, we will be here. And Wednesday, we will be, although the first day of Eid, some people said, because Eid means what? Celebration of worship. Huh? If you do something useful for your purpose of existence, that is Eid. Otherwise, waste. Don't waste yourself. Come to the stuff. On Wednesday, inshallah. So, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alim hakim. Wa akhiru da'wahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wa hurmatu service.